After a weekend for both Democrats and Republicans here in the United States to put aside their differences briefly and remember the victims of 9/11 on its 20th anniversary, an event which led to the invasion of Afghanistan, the blame game started again over the withdrawal from Kabul, that chaotic withdrawal by the US, which at least did fulfill the obligation of getting all US forces out before that 9/11 anniversary. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken appearing in front of lawmakers for the first time since that withdrawal from Afghanistan. And it was Republicans who were leading the questioning, combative questioning over what went wrong.
Did state at any point in the evacuation process block American citizens from leaving Afghanistan?
No, we did not.
None. Your testimony before Congress is that state didn't block any American citizens leaving Afghanistan.
To the contrary, my officers, men and women, ran into the building from around the world to help Americans get out.
It's a simple yes or no. I heard you do it with Mr. Connolly. You can do it with me. Yes or no? I just want to clarify. You didn't block anybody. State didn't block any American citizens.
No.
Okay.
They were there to help Americans get out.
And there are countless questions to answer. For example, why the US didn't maintain Bagram Airfield, a military airfield, to assist with that evacuation. And perhaps more pertinently, at least for Republicans, how many US citizens and green card holders are left behind in Afghanistan. Blinken's best estimate of that is some 100 or so. But as he pointed out, the US doesn't know how many American citizens there are in any one country at any one time. The US simply doesn't keep tabs on its citizens in that way. If Republicans are keen to pin the blame on Democrats and the Biden administration, then Democrats are keen to do the same thing for Republicans. As one lawmaker put it, we inherited a deadline, not a plan, referring to former US President Donald Trump's plan and deadline to withdraw US forces. Democrat lawmakers complaining that Republicans essentially didn't have a plan for this. But Democrat lawmakers are also frustrated as well with their own administration. One Democrat lawmaker tweeting before this hearing, the real question is, why did we stay in Afghanistan for another 10 years after we knew that there was going to be no way we could build an Afghan military, an Afghan government that was capable of holding the country against the Taliban once we left? But perhaps the more pressing question for lawmakers on both sides of the aisle is, what kind of relationship does the US want with the Taliban now back in government in Afghanistan? The Taliban now assisting with commercial flights departing the country, some of them containing US citizens. Owen Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.